Today I'm taking out the curlers and putting in Woody's mustache wax. Now Woody's comes in a 1/2 ounce tin with a 1/2 turn screw off lid. Woody's mustache wax is white in color, but once applied it is pretty much clear, so it's a neutral wax. The scent of Woody's mustache wax is okay. It's not overpowering, but they do have an added scent in it, which I'm not quite sure what it is, but to me it smells kind of like a bar of generic soap. Now, unfortunately, there are no directions on the tin because, well, honestly, there's not really any room on how to apply this. But according to the website, you scrape some off using your thumbnail. That's pretty standard to most waxes. And then you apply evenly and style it to your wishes. Then it says to simply wash it off at the end of your day. Now, one thing that I have noticed with this wax is, unlike most other waxes that I'll put in my pocket or hand warm at the very least, this one I have found to do a better job when I just directly apply it right out of the tin without letting it warm up. Before we take a look at the ingredients, I would like to add that Woody's claims that this is a strong or firm hold wax. As I use and style my mustache with the Woody's wax, I've put the ingredients list on screen for you. And as you can see, it is not an all natural ingredients list, and there are quite a few ingredients to this wax. And here's what my mustache looks like after applying the Woody's mustache wax. Now for my experience and thoughts on using Woody's mustache wax. My first thing that I want to tell you guys is that I didn't use any wax in my mustache for a week. I also went on vacation where I used more reliable mustache waxes. And it's such a small tin that I wanted to make sure that I had some left to actually review in this video. And because of its small size, I really had to be conscious about how much I was putting in my mustache and what actual style I was going for each day. Which means that I went with a much more natural mustache, really leaning on the curlers as well as the blow dryer heat to really do a lot of the holding throughout the day. I would then apply a little bit of wax just to get the hairs to kind of stick to each other and make a little bit more clean of a natural looking mustache. Now the wax itself does a fairly decent job on a natural looking mustache, but if you were trying to go for a prim and proper mustache like I usually do for these reviews, it's gonna be hard to get, as I always had hairs that weren't wanting to actually cooperate and go in with the rest of the hairs for whatever reason, or you'll get a few that just start to kind of pop off throughout the day, and so you're better off just starting out with a natural look rather than starting out with something like this and it just ending up that way by the end of the day. And I would have to say that on those days that I was going for a more natural look, this wax actually did fairly okay. I still had to do some adjustments, meaning I had to pinch it every now and then and put the curl behind the main body of the stash, but other than that, it wasn't a horrible mustache wax, although it definitely makes the mustache look a little bit more oily than some of my other options. Now I've spoken before about how European waxes that I have used tend to be a little bit more on the lighter side of a hold, as well as they tend to use a little bit more of the not so natural ingredients. So much so that I could have swore that Woody's was a European company. However, I found out while I was doing the research for this very video that it's a California company and it's made in the US. So I was really surprised and kind of disappointed that they even put it into the stronghold category. It's nowhere near that. In fact, I would have to say that it is definitely in the light hold category. Now I'd like to talk a little bit about the ingredients. So I'm gonna go ahead and bring those back up here. And as you can see, there is a lot of stuff that you see in the normal waxes that I typically review. However, then you have all of this other stuff that honestly just doesn't need to be in a mustache wax. In fact, a lot of that is what is causing the downfall for the Woody's mustache wax. Because the first ingredients are both things that don't go very well with a beeswax. And in fact, look at how far down on the list the beeswax actually is. Now these ingredients wouldn't really bother me. However, when you go and look at their advertising on their website as well as Amazon and you see statements like these, which to me makes me think that they are trying to avoid the fact that most of what is in this tin is just petroleum jelly. With all that said, however, I do think that this wax is fairly okay if you just need a light hold wax to hold a couple of stray hairs in place and give your mustache a little bit of a shine. You may not mind paying the either $7 or $9 depending on where you buy it at for a half-ounce tin. Now, for everybody else, I would highly recommend that you skip the Woody's Mustache Wax and go with a different product. So overall, I am fairly disappointed in the Woody's Mustache Wax, mainly just because of their advertising. If I knew that it was a light hold, my opinion of it would be a lot less harsh than what it currently is. So obviously, I would recommend not buying the Woody's Mustache Wax. However, if you really want to, I will be leaving the link for Amazon as well as their website down below so that you guys can go and check them out there. If you guys like this and you want to stick around for the next mustache wax, make sure to hit that subscribe button down below, hit that like button. And for a recommendation of a medium to light hold wax that I would recommend, check out this video up here. Down below, that's going to be one that you may enjoy as well. Until next time, as always, you have a good one.